I think there's a difference between what happened with the socialist parties and the CIO in the 30s and what's happened with radicalization now. In the 30s, people got radicalized on the shop floor.
Yes.
In 2023, people get radicalized in academia. And that's a
Interesting.
different type of radicalization. One of them is about solving problems, and one of them is about ideological conversion. And for me, I'm about solving problems.
Yes, I hear
And
you.
I don't care if you're a Trump supporter. I don't care. If you want to come to the shop and work, you're in my community. Period. And if we need to have a conversation about something later down the road, we can. But we've never had to have those conversations. In fact, we did a redneck studies class, a 6 week long redneck studies class, and we had conservatives and radicals and liberals and all types of people. And one of the most conservative guys in there at the end of the class, he said, "You know what I think? I think they're just trying to keep us divided."
Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. We got a lot more in common than we have. We're different. In fact, most of us are kind people.
That's
Most
right.
of us want to help others when we can. A lot of us don't have the time to because we're working 80 hours a week.
Exactly.
But most of us want to help others when we can. And mutual aid is a way of life in the state of Alabama, especially in rural areas, because there ain't no government in the rural areas to come and help. So people got to do for themselves. And for me, and I think for the network, we want to build institutions around what people are already doing and enhance that and build. I believe that the American empire is crumbling. The
Yes.
decisions that are being made at the top of the American empire are ludicrous. And I believe that it is our job as caring human beings to build a society in the ashes of the American empire so that people won't suffer, so that people can be able to survive, so that people can have the things that they need, and to build that society better than the one that we're replacing. And if that's socialist, it's socialist. If it's libertarian, it's libertarian. It doesn't matter what you call it.
That's right. That's right.
It's just solving problems. It's
That's
just
right.
looking out there and looking in your community and saying, even if all you do is go pick up trash in your community, that's solving problems, and that's a political act. That's more of a political act than getting on Twitter and telling somebody they got white privilege or some crap like that.
Right.
Uh, so for the future, we want to build this network and grow this network in a way that we can provide for the needs and desires and hopes and dreams of the people in our community, and b, we would like to eventually be able to build something in the ashes of a crumbling empire.
That's fantastic because you've hit it spot on, I believe. Because I felt that you first have to identify what the problems are before you can work on solving them. And then I also hear in what you're saying is also what we're discussing and trying to do here, get people to at least get there, is educate ourselves and each other about what is really needed. And sometimes it does require some historical perspective to be able to see, how do we get to where we are now, right? Which I think is very important. And then, like the gentleman that you just mentioned, say you have an educational class. What was that called?
Redneck studies.
Rednecks. I love it. I love it. See, and people need to understand that we really all are one. It doesn't matter what terminology that you use.